3 years ago, almost to the exact day, it was April 11th of 2018, I opened up this game brand new. This is Fox Sports NHL Championship 2000, developed by Radical Entertainment and published by Fox Sports Interactive. This game almost didn't happen, and originally it was going to be an ESPN branded game. It was going to be ESPN National Hockey Night that ESPN Video Games, the publishing label, was going to pick up and publish, but at the very last minute, ESPN balked on the deal, and the project was kind of left for dead, which is really unfortunate. Radical Entertainment thankfully found a publisher in Fox Sports Interactive. They spent time rebranding from ESPN and their broadcast package to the Fox Sports broadcast package, and what you got was an above-average hockey experience with a well-above-average presentation package. It's fun to play, not quite as solid as your NHL 2000, for example, but better than NHL Face-Off 2000. This is squarely in the middle, and a game that I do enjoy revisiting time and again. I can't believe this has been 3 years ago now. There was one other game that Radical Entertainment saw abandoned when ESPN decided that they were going to back out of this publishing deal at the last minute, and it was a game called NBA Tonight. We would see NBA Tonight in a different form published by Konami sometime later, but Radical Entertainment's project was once again rescued by Fox Sports Interactive, and what we wound up getting was this game right here. This is Fox Sports NBA Basketball 2000, again developed by Radical Entertainment. This game isn't quite as strong as Fox Sports NHL Championship 2000. It feels a little more generic. While it does use some trademark Fox Sports television-style graphics, the commentary is a little bit under par, and the gameplay tends to skew a little bit too far on the easy side. But to me, at least, it is a fun game just like NHL Championship 2000 to revisit every now and again. And now I have a brand new copy, sealed, with the factory label right up there, that we're going to go ahead and open in this episode of Unsealed, and I'm glad that you're joining me for this particular episode. I have my ref shirt on, I got my whistle on, which I can't blow because of COVID-19. I'm looking forward to that going away at some point, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this up and take a look at Radical Entertainment's other Fox Sports work to see what it's like. So sports games for sports fans is what's promised on the back of the case. You can see that the player models don't look great. By now, this is like 1999, 2000, so it's well into the PlayStation era, and we did see player models that looked a little bit better than this. It's okay, and it animates okay, but there aren't a lot of animations, so there's a lot of stuff that you'll see on repeat. There are some decent features here. Officially NBA licensed, that's certainly a big deal. With all 29 teams, plus 2 All-Star and 2 rookie teams, so that is nice. Exclusive Fox Sports Net presentation. Again, just like Fox Sports NHL Championship 2000, that's Fox Sports Net presentation that made it feel like and sound like and look like a Fox Sports broadcast was a big deal, and is to me as one of those weirdos that actually thinks of presentation as being really important. Exclusive rebound indicator. So now you would get a mark on the court that would show you where the rebound is going to go to so you can position your player. I think that that's a pretty neat idea. Exclusive, what does this say? Go-to guy AI. So you can get the ball to your best player during crunch time. That's a thing here. We also have, let's see, complete roster management, unique outdoor practice mode, informative team and player profiles, updated 1999-2000 NBA stats, rosters, and player ratings, intuitive controls. The controls I definitely give it. If you play this game for more than a few minutes, you'll get a handle on most of the controls and be able to play the game pretty well. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. This was published in 1999, so if we go back 1 and 21, so 22 years ago, we're going to go ahead and release this from its 22-year slumber and see what is on the inside. So there is the seal. Kind of take that off right there. Maybe. If you remember in the last video, I struggled with getting some of the rest of the plastic off. It took me longer than I wanted. There we go. So take that plastic seal off there, and we will take the top ID seal off as well. And then, of course, my favorite part is opening up the case and seeing what's inside. So as we open up the case, yep, nothing all that surprising. We have an ad for Fox Sports NHL Championship 2000 and the disc, which is fairly plain looking with NBA Basketball 2000 on the front. We'll go ahead and we'll take the instruction manual out and take a look and see what is on offer. The manual is about 25 pages, so it's 24 pages. It is in black and white, so there's nothing really overly impressive to take a look at here. You do get your listing of basic controls. It does utilize the analog sticks if you're into that kind of thing. By 1999 and 2000, I was starting to make the transition, but if I'm being completely honest, I was still more prone to use the D-pad than the analog sticks, but that's just me. We also have the controls in Spanish as well, for those that want to read those. You can use a multi-tap to get up to 8 players to play, so you can like 4-on-4, which I think is pretty neat. Memory cards, now this one uses 1 to 5 blocks, so this one is a little bit more, or a little less intensive with memory card space than Fox Sports NHL Championship 2000, which I believe takes up 1 to 5 blocks, it says, but I think it takes up a lot more than that. So you can get into the game, shows you how to play with the ball, without the ball, steals. Let's see what they have for gameplay modes here. That's really what I want to get to. Oh, using the go-to guy. This is interesting. Press and hold down the L1 button, the name of a player, and the X button is displayed under one of your teammates. This player is the best player on your team or the go-to guy. Tap the X button to pass the ball directly to the go-to guy. You do not need to use the directional buttons to aim the pass. So that's kind of neat, kind of finding that hot hand on your team. Like obviously if you're playing for the Pelicans, for example, and this is obviously a 2021 example, but you'd probably be passing to Zion. Or back then in 2000, maybe you were passing to Kobe, or you were passing to another hot player on a particular team. Alley-oops are a thing here as well. Look for a teammate who's calling for a pass by waving his arms. Tap the X button. If you time it right, the passer lobs the ball at the hoop instead of firing the ball directly at the other player. So it's kind of sort of automatic, but you got to time it right. There's intentional fouling here. There are all kinds of advanced controls, pivoting, faking a shot, speed bursting, give and go, if you're into that kind of thing. If you're me, I'm more of an arcade-style player, so I don't really pay attention to a lot of the advanced controls. I'm more up and down the court and playing on the ball as much as I possibly can. There is a practice mode here. You can hit the neighborhood court, which is kind of neat. It's nothing like NBA 2K, where you have like the outside courts, or even NBA Street, which had the licensed courts. Start an NBA season. You can play through an NBA playoff, the road to the finals, which I think is pretty neat. You can call plays from the sideline with offensive strategies, motion, three-point plays, pick and roll, isolation, defensive strategies, man-to-man, half-court press. This usual stuff that you would expect in a game of this caliber. Roster management and, of course, memory card functions, certainly important when it comes to this particular game. Thankfully, Fox Sports came through when the chips were down for Radical Entertainment. Now, Radical Entertainment has done a wide range of games over the years, going all the way back to the Super Nintendo and Bebe's Kids, which is not very good if we're being completely honest, 2 sports games for ESPN/Fox Sports, 2 games on the PS2 like Simpsons Hit and Run, and The Incredible Hulk, Ultimate Destruction, I believe the name of the game is. Radical Entertainment has had a variety of different game genres under their belt and a variety of different successes and failures. NBA 2000 probably is in the middle. It's not, I believe, as quality as Fox Sports NHL Championship 2000. However, taken on its own, when you're comparing it against other games that were available for the PlayStation at the time, meaning NBA Shootout and NBA Live, it falls squarely in the middle. NBA Live was still trying to find its identity, and in my personal opinion, took a step back for the 1999 season after doing so well for 1998 with NBA Live 98. So it kind of took a step backwards. NBA Shootout never really caught the audience that it was looking for. So this game had the opportunity to step into a wide open competition and do pretty well for itself. And it was fun to be able to open it up and talk about it in this episode of Unsealed. It is too bad that ESPN had dropped the ball so late. I would have liked to have seen what the ESPN presentation would have looked like under Radical Entertainment's tutelage. Of course, we would not have to wait very long before Visual Concepts would step up the presentation game in sports video games with their 2K series of games for basketball, football, and hockey. As always, I thank you very much for checking out this episode of Unsealed. I'm glad that you're watching. It means a lot to me. And until the next time, my friends, take care of yourselves and each other, and we will do this again really soon. Until then, see you later.